rehab per month?
We were staying around maybe, oh gosh, maybe 12, 14
Okay.
coming in a month, and very successful about
Right.
finding them rehabs. But it's just over the last couple months, it's been a lot more. September, I had 28 come in. So,
Yeah.
we're keeping busy.
It's one almost every day.
One almost every day. And the phone does ring every day. I mean, some people will call and just ask about the program, or say that they have someone else that needs to go, and they will talk to them, and try to get them to come in. So yes, 7 days a week, it's the phone rings.
Mm. Well, sounds like that's the good part of it,
Oh
right? They
yeah,
are calling, they're
yes,
coming
they
in.
are.
On the flip side of it, you mentioned it's getting darker. Those with addiction
Hmm.
issues, they're going to be using more, I guess. What can Safe Passage do outside of just, taking the phone calls and allowing them and creating a safe environment? What can you guys do to better that situation a little bit?
Well, we are working on more options for Taylorville. We've formed a committee that we are trying to get mental health back into the city. Um, the state closed our mental health facility in 2019, so we have been without caseworkers and more counselors. So we are trying to find a building um, to house mental health again. And when we get that, then we will get caseworkers to come in to help the individuals with their monthly needs, um, and anything else that they might need, counseling or anything. So that will help us a lot. We are also talking about opening up a living room. A living room is open during the day,
Mhm.
and it would be a small building, small room, to where we would have, a few chairs, telephones, maybe a laptop or two. We would have coffee and water, a few snacks, and it would just be somewhere where the people can go in, out of the weather, and relax during the day, a warm place, and they could use the telephone, like to call their probation officer, or the laptop to do their Zoom court meetings.
Mhm.
Um, and we would have someone to sit there in the office and talk to them too.
A place to also connect them with resources that they need too.
Right, right. Now that would be open. A living room is open just during the day till
Mhm.
maybe five,
Right.
6 o'clock. So then someone says, well, what do they do at night after that? Well,
Mhm.
that's another step that we're looking for, to open up overnight shelters.
Mhm.
Like I've just spoke with the one in Springfield, the big shelter in Springfield. They have to be there. They check in there at 7 o'clock at night. They have to leave at 7 in the morning, and then they go to what they call the mission, to where they can get breakfast and food and stuff like that. That would be our living room.
Mhm.
Um, and then at night they go back to the shelter. So this is all in the works. We're having meetings, after we get something set, maybe stone a little bit. We will invite the public and let everybody know what's going on. But it's a big step for Taylorville.
I want to go back to the your homelessness. You mentioned that there are a few people that you're looking for housing for.
Uh-huh.
I guess I want to know how, and I want to preface this with the cliche and very true cliche that correlation doesn't mean causation, but how much correlation do you see with addiction and safe passage and the homelessness situation in Christian County and Taylorville?
How much?
I
What?
guess how many of are not specifically how many, but how much of the homeless people are people who could also utilize safe passage? Is that something that you're seeing a correlation
Just
for?
about every one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, the Safe Passage, we deal with addicts,
Right.
of course, um, also mental health. So I can get them into, um, if they just have addiction,
Right.
into a facility. And then we have facilities called dual addiction,
Okay.
where that is the addict and mental health. And most of the time with addicts, you're going to have mental health, whether it be depression, anxiety, bipolar, PTSD, whatever. But that all goes along with it.
Okay.
Pretty much, I'd say 99%.
99% of the homeless people that you see and are struggling with some sort of mental health issue.
And, we're talking about homeless, but I don't want to say that every homeless person in Taylorville is an addict.
That's kind of where I was going with
not true.
Right. That's kind of where I was going with the correlation doesn't equal causation.
Yeah, that is not true. I do know of, a few homeless people that are not addicts. They're just, homeless, and they have mental health, depression, and anxiety. We have a lot of people that come into Safe Passage that are not homeless, business people, whatever, So, we don't want to push it all to where it's the saying homeless.
Right.
But homeless is a big problem everywhere. And we're just trying to help the ones, here in Taylorville, of course. So.
And I'm very aware too that there are a lot of people. It's Safe Passage is for everyone. Addiction impacts everyone in some way or another. And so, but as you mentioned, homelessness is an issue. And sometimes people correlate the two. And it's good to actually get someone who is informed to tell me a little bit more about how actually that is the case or not. And I appreciate the clarification. Anything else that you want to touch on here before we head into a timeout?
Just, if you know someone that needs help, or if you need help, don't be afraid to call me. You can call dispatch at the city, 824-2211. My cell number is open 24 hours a day, 217-638-3247. You can just walk in, tell dispatch that you need to talk to us, and we will greet you and inform you of everything that you might need. And you do not by no means have to be afraid of an officer. A lot of people that come in maybe have been arrested already or whatever. When you come in to talk to me, you're safe. They're not going to bother you.
That is coordinator of Taylorville Safe Passage, Denise Evans, here on the WTIM Morning Show. More from her after this short break. Your stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. And Landmark of Taylorville, you always do better with Landmark.
WTIM. I'm going to be honest with you.
Honest? Doris Turner has never been honest. FBI wiretaps prove it. News reports confirm it. Court documents leave no doubt. Doris lied then, and Doris is lying now. Payroll fraud scheme. Doris was in on it. Funneling money from cancer patients. Doris did it. Government workers cleaned her house. We all pay the price for Doris's corruption. You know Doris Turner is lying because her lips are moving.
Paid for by Sandy for Senate.
The Miller Media Group is making it easy for you to show your support for the many people impacted in Florida by Hurricane Ian. Click the Florida Disaster Fund link on the blue menu bar of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or DeWittDailyNews.com and make your contribution to the Florida Disaster Fund. Many have lost their homes, their personal belongings, and in many cases, their loved ones. It's going to take time to rebuild. Please do whatever you can to support this effort by clicking the Florida Disaster Fund link on the blue menu bar of DeWittDailyNews.com or TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
If you're looking for local hunting and fishing information, then join us for Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, Saturdays at 10 a.m. here on WTIM. Every weekend, we'll offer detailed local fishing reports from professional guides. We'll swap stories with local celebrity sportsmen, and I'll invite you to share your stories as well. Central Illinois Outdoors with Jared White, every Saturday morning at 10 on all WTIM platforms. And on demand at CentralIllinoisOutdoors.com. Brought to you by Bob Ridings in Pana and the Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau.
The air is crisp and the nights are cooler.
Fall has arrived. Even though your pool is closed for the season, you can still enjoy the outdoors. When the weather's cool, the best dinners are prepared on the grill. Southern Ledge Pool and Patios in Taylorville can help complement any meal. Stop in today and get 10% off all grilling items, spices, rubs, accessories, sugar-free, healthy gourmet seasoning blends, and more. Whether you're grilling at home or tailgating at a game, Southern Ledge Pool and Patios in Taylorville has just what you need.
At Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, we want you to be a part of the program as well via the Archer's Alley Catch of the Week. Each week, we'll select one of your pictures submitted at centralillinoisoutdoors.com and invite you to tell your story of the great outdoors. We're looking for your kid's first catch or even your first big buck. There's a simple, easy form you can fill out on your phone or computer at centralillinoisoutdoors.com. Send us your story, send us your pic. centralillinoisoutdoors.com and the Catch of the Week, brought to you by Archer's Alley, North 22nd Street in Decatur.
C&B Bank and Trust is helping to open doors for your wealth. Schedule your appointment with Victor Henson by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, may lose value.
Hi, I'm Bob Raddings of the Bob Raddings family of dealerships. See our huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. I've coordinated for Taylorville Safe Passage in studio right now. Denise Evans talking a little bit about everything going on with Safe Passage program. And, I think something that is really important as part of sobriety, right, is keeping up with some of the maintenance that requires it.
Right.
And Safe Passage has a program that you work with that actually is every Tuesday. Tell me a little bit about that.
Celebrate Recovery.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about Celebrate Recovery.
We started Celebrate Recovery in Taylorville a little over a year ago, I guess, something like that. Celebrate Recovery is located in the Davis Memorial Church. It's every Tuesday, 5:30. You have a meal. After that, I think it's like 6:00. They go into the sanctuary and have, the whole deal, testimonies or whatever. It's great. And then at 7:00, they break into groups. Like if you are substance abuse addict or alcoholic or whatever like that. And I think that lasts for like an hour, but it is great. Everyone that I like to go, once in a while too. Anyone can go to it. You don't have to be an addict or anything. So that's great. And you're around positive people that will help you. Also, we have meetings every night of the week at the First Presbyterian Church. So, there's something for everyone every night of the week in Taylorville. What I'm working on now is when they go to their 28, 30 days of rehab, that's all the state usually allows,
Right.
Unless they are a long-term facility. 30 days is not enough. If you've been an addict or an alcoholic half your life, 30 days is not going to cure it. So I'm trying to stress to a lot of my clients to go to sober living. Sober living is the next step. It is where you have a little bit more freedom. You can get out sometimes, get a job. You will live in still in a house, either men or women, and go to meetings. They have counselors there and everything. It just teaches you more structure, and but also teaches you how to live again, clean.
Real quick, why is, and this might be a bit of a rhetorical question. I kind of know the answer, but why is 30 days not enough for an addict?
Well, 30 days, you're just starting to feel, regular, I guess I would call it again. I just picked up a girl last week and she's stressing to go to sober living. She all the way home, she's like, I got to go to sober living because, this is good. I'm starting to feel good, but there's still, the triggers are still really bad and big. Any little thing might set you off and, start over again. But that's something that we have no control over. That's the state is only paying for the 30-day period or their insurance. The insurance is a big thing too. It's, we fight with that all the time. The insurance, either, some people will be in for 2 weeks and they call me and they say, well, they're kicking them out because the insurance is not going to pay anymore. It's terrible. So we're just trying to seek other, ways of helping them so we could move them on to sober living or something. They have to be around the same people. They can't, go back out on the street because they're going to do the same thing again. As soon as my people get out of rehab, they tell me that, oh, so-and-so's calling me saying, I got some stuff for you. They don't care if you're clean or you're doing good. They just want the money, and so it sets them right back into square one again.
Thank you for that. I guess we're running against the clock here, so I wanted to give you a chance to reemphasize, what Safe Passage is all about and how they can get help if someone so chooses.
Okay, if you want help or you want a family or friend to get help, just call. That's the first step, is to call Taylorville Police Department or call me, 217-638-3247. You can text me, email me, call me, stop in the office, whatever, but just come in and talk. There's no commitment when you come in and talk. I'm not going to keep calling you saying, come on, you got to go to rehab or something. It's up to you. And when the time is right, they'll do it.
One more time with that phone number, because I think it's important.
My phone number is 217-638-3247 or call the Taylorville Police Department.
That is Safe Passage Coordinator Denise Evans. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. You'll find those streams online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV.
WTIM.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.